what happened yesterday while I was off? Well, Harry Potter happened. Harry Potter happened. So I don't know if I can show you guys this. We'll go through and look at some of these because there has been a lot of this going on. Let me go and pull up. This is a pretty funny reality here. Is that we have Harry Potter, which is the, this is the new one. Now, I don't know why they tried to make a new Harry Potter. I'm going to be real. Like, I think it was so stupid for them to make a new Harry Potter because nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted a new Harry Potter. Nobody needs a new Harry Potter. What's the point of having Harry Potter again? Like, why are you even doing this? It doesn't even make sense. So you have a lot of people that are, very clearly and obviously, doing that. But like, where is it here? If I can find this. So this is the first trailer. Let me make sure I get the audio for this set up because it's broken again. I know, big surprise, right? And because the game made a ton of money. Well, I don't really see, to me it just feels weird because we've already had Harry Potter very recently, and now am I crazy for thinking that I feel like Harry Potter kind of just happened? They're still doing the Fantastic Beasts almost, right? So let's go ahead. We're going to watch the trailer. This is for the new Harry Potter, okay? This is it. Let's watch on YouTube. Okay, that's actually a better idea. Okay. Okay. There you go. Let's see. All right. So this is the new Harry Potter. You guys ready? All right, let's see it. This is probably, that's where he lives. Yeah, you little bitch. Get in the closet.
You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one.
Beat him up.
You think you're something special?
Ooh.
There is nothing special about you.
Dear Mr. Potter, a new HBO, it's not really a new HBO original. I mean, didn't they made one of these before though.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met.
Oh damn.
They were funny and clever. And they stood up for what they believed was right. The next time I see you, we'll be in Hogwarts.
Damn. Oh, it's Ron. Wow. Wow.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you.
Oh. Wow.
Let's see who
Those wands are busting, yo. The hairstyle. Why would they have the hairstyle?
Are you really Harry Potter?
I'm gonna be real. You know what this looks like? This looks like great value Harry Potter. This is the store brand of Harry Potter. This is what they would do if they weren't able to get guys and I know that, for example, the guy that plays Snape is, a really accomplished actor, but, overall, if you go back and you look at the actual cast for Harry Potter, the cast was ridiculous. It was an absolute, if I go through this, let me go back and just show this, okay? Cast for Harry Potter original. So, Full cast and crew. Okay, I don't know if this is just the first movie or not, but like you had all these people, like Maggie Smith was well known, right? You had, let's see here. What are all the other examples? There's the guy that played Snape, who was Alan Rickman, was like insanely well known. Emma Watson became very well known. Like all of the actors that played, and it's not just that. It was the actors that they brought on, right? Like they brought on Gary Oldman, for example, and Richard Harris. Yeah, exactly. And so, they brought in all of these other guys that were like insanely great actors, and they just made the movies really, really, really good. And this is one of the things that, like, I think that people don't talk about this enough with movies, is that, like, I don't, Warwick Davis, yeah, I think I didn't really know him before then, right? But like many of the actors that were in the movies were like insanely good. It's the same with like Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Look at the actual cast for Pirates of the Caribbean. Like absolute goated cast, like insanely good cast. Like I base whether I'm going to watch a movie or not, this might sound stupid, on who's in the movie. Like if I see a good set of actors that's in the movie, I just assume the movie's going to be good. Like, I don't care what the movie's about. I don't give a shit about it. Because, like, I just assume that those guys will be able to deliver a cinematic experience that is enriching and entertaining and fulfilling, right? Like, if I see a movie, like, I don't know, like, I could go through a lot of them. The Expendables? Yeah, The Expendables, right? Like, everybody knows. Like, me and my dad rented The Expendables on Redbox. You guys remember Redbox? We went and we rented The Expendables on Redbox. Everybody knows what that's going to be. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. That's why we rented it. And we got exactly what we asked for. That's it. And so many, many examples of this, right? All Tarantino movies? Yes, exactly. Like if you have a Quentin Tarantino movie and it's like, do I really care about Django Unchained? Like the plot of Django Unchained? Like I don't really give a shit about that. Just like, okay, it seems like it could just be some bullshit. But then whenever I see that it's starring Jamie Foxx, wait, what? And then it's got, oh my God, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then, hold up, wait a minute. Christoph Waltz is the guy with Jamie. And then Samuel Jackson. Wait, what? Hold up, wait a minute. You know, then I think to myself, okay, never mind. I'm going to go and see this. And so, exactly, best cast. So that's the way I look at it. So let's go through the frames here, all right? So you've got a lot of the main characters. And I think that there's also an example of the fact that, like, they already made Harry Potter, and Harry Potter was already really good. Like, people liked Harry Potter. Like, this right here, I mean, this looks like the average subway, right? There's, like, some big fucking guy here. It's Hagrid, obviously. Now, does Hagrid look like Hagrid? No, because Hagrid already looked like Hagrid. Like, this is the problem. Is it like, if you look at the images here, this is Hagrid. It is. This guy isn't Hagrid. And it matters. And the reason why it matters, here's the reason why it makes a difference, is because this guy looks like basically... like, look at his face is puffier. He's got a bigger nose. He's got bigger features. This guy just looks like a tall guy with a big beard. This guy looks like a giant. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, the way that his face looks just makes him look like that guy, right? And, yes, he is Hagrid. Yes, he is Hagrid. And so it's Hagrid on Ozempic. That's what some people are saying. And so anyway, I'll look at the other characters and what they have here. So where is it? I mean, Professor McGonagall is like, okay, this is, I mean, I feel like, again, like we've already seen this. We already know what this is. So this is just him, I guess, taking notes. What is this? Are these the Slytherin boys, right? Like these, look at him, bro. What's with the hair? Oh my God. And so, like, I don't understand. Like, this is too much, man. This is too much, bro. Like, yeah. And that's Malfoy with the broccoli hair. Is that right? I mean, I kind of assumed it was, but I didn't know. And let's see, are there any more frames? Okay, so I guess this is Quidditch, right? And I just, and then there's Severus Snape, right? Which, like, very clearly, what I think is funny is that Severus Snape being black, I think will not even be in the top 10 problems with this movie. I think so. It's the same thing. Do you remember whenever I said this about Assassin's Creed with, like, Yasuke? Where, like, Yasuke being the main character of the story will actually not be in the top... It won't even be in the top 10 problems in the story of the game. I think this will be the same thing. Or, sorry, series, right? Okay, well, whatever it is. And, yeah, I know it's a series. So... So true. Yeah, I don't even think this is going to be a big thing. Now, in my opinion, though, like, I think that racial casting like this, especially like Severus Snape is like a core character in Harry Potter. It's not like you're changing like, I don't know, like Hagrid, who like doesn't really play like a huge role in it, or you're not changing, I don't know, some other like, I don't know, some other random secondary character, right? That Luna girl, for example. Like, he's a core character. Luna Lovegood. Yeah, who gives a shit about her, right? And, again, like, she's in the story, intermittently, but she doesn't really play that big of a role. And so why change it at all, right? Exactly. And so the moment that I see a racial swap with any character, I'm going to be real. Racial swap equals modern audience slop. That's the way I see it. The moment that I see that, I assume that it's going to be garbage. And the reason why, and I do make exceptions for, like, actors that are, like, really, really well known, right? And, like, this guy apparently is a very well-known actor, so it could be okay. But in a general sense, Nick Fury, there are always exceptions, but I'm talking about the rule. And whenever I see that, here's the reason why. Is that, and also Nick Fury is portrayed multiple times in the comics in different ways, and I think that in some of those times he is actually black. So no exceptions for this. I don't think that there are. I think that there are exceptions, but anyway, if you see this and there's any of this that happens, then yeah, I do feel like people just kind of like they kind of write it off as it's going to be more DEI modern audience slop, and I can't blame them. I really can't. I think this is the way a lot of people would see things. And it's the way that I see it, too. Imagine if they swapped Harry Potter. Yeah, exactly, right? And, like Lawrence Fishburne, exactly. This is going to be fun when they show him hanging from the trees in the books. Keck W and double white guys. Yeah. And like, so because Professor Snape is very clearly, he's defined in the books, right? They say what Professor Snape looks like. So then when you're changing that, now you're deviating from the source material. Why are you deviating from the source material? There's no reason. This Dumbledore, by the way, this is not as cool as the other Dumbledore, right? It's not. It's not. This Dumbledore is way cooler. He is. Like, this is just infinitely fucking cooler, man. And look at this versus this. I mean, in my opinion, it's not even remotely close. Yeah, I mean, like, this guy, I mean, it looks like he... You know what it looks like? It looks like this guy's wearing a costume. It looks like this guy they just turned the camera on and started recording him, right? And wrong hat, maybe. I don't know. Original was better in 1 and 2? Well, yeah, the original Dumbledore was good, too. You're right. There was that guy. So, yeah, I mean, that's a cosplayer. Wait, which one? Who's a cosplayer? I don't know about that. Thinking a cosplayer. But there's plenty of other examples, right, of like this being there. I'm just clicking through them. But anyway, so yeah. And looks like a rabbi. Yeah, he does. He looks like a rabbi. He looks like a rabbi without the things on the side. So overall, I just, like, I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm really just not feeling it. I don't think this is going to pop off. I think a lot of people are going to think that it's weird. Like, I personally think that it's weird. They spent $100 million an episode to reboot Harry Potter, a potential $5.6 billion budget. And so this is the main actor, right? There you go. This is the guy playing Snape. I think it's very obvious that audiences don't like race swaps. It is. It's obvious they don't like race swaps. Like, overwhelmingly, whenever a race swap happens, there is a huge outcry on the internet of people that are angry about it. So you ask yourself, why is it that you keep doing them? Why do you keep doing this thing that nobody in the audience actually wants this to happen? And Marvel White Panther, yeah, played by Ryan Gosling. So I think that rightfully so, by the way. Well, yeah, I mean, well, either way, like, here's the funny thing is that it doesn't matter whether it's rightfully so or not. If you want to make a movie called Brokeback Mountain and your target audience is Saudi Arabia, you're going to be fighting a pretty tough crowd. And it doesn't matter whether you care about gay rights or not, whether what your values on LGBT representation is or not. At the end of the day, if you make a movie about a gay dude and you try to put it out there inside of fucking, I don't know, the Middle East, you're going to have a bad time. So I think that the more that they try and do this, the more people are going to push back on it, because there's no creative reason for why this would happen, especially with such a main character. And who asked for it? Same people in Lord of the Rings equivalent. Imagine they did it with Lord of the Rings. Well, I can imagine it because they did do it. Like, they changed some of the dwarves to being black. They had one of the elves being black, etc. And I think that there's no problem with doing, like, obviously fantasy stories, but whenever you have a fantasy universe that is established, I don't think that you should ever do race swaps. And the reason why I know that it's political is because it never goes the other way. There is never a time where there is a black character that's then recast as a white character. Almost never. Like, I mean, maybe once or twice, but it's like 99.999% of the time. And so tell us it's political. You give us a quick watch. It's really relevant to this. 10 years ago, by the way. Let me go and look at it. Where is it? What's this here? Ghostbusters 2016. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, this is just... I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I'll watch the intro for it.
So there's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out, and for something related to one of my favorite franchises, it may be expected that I review it, but instead of a review, for once, I'm doing something a little different. A non-review, because I refuse to watch it. I'll tell you why.
Yep.
The original, which we now have to call the 1984 Ghostbusters, is a timeless classic.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest comedies ever made.
Yeah.
But this one, judging from the trailers, it looks awful. So instead of doing what everybody else is going to do, go see the movie and then
say
talk
how
about
bad
it is,
Yeah.
I'm going to do something different. Something unheard of. I'm not going to see it. Wow. What a novel concept, right? If you already know you're going to hate it, why give them your money?
That's right.
If this is the Ghostbusters movie that nobody wanted, then the box office results should reflect that.
And it did. It totally did. It was the biggest, like, it is looked back on 10 years later as, like, one of the biggest flops of all time.
But I don't think it is. Maybe the actual movie is better than the trailer. Maybe it's good. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I know I'm biased. Ghostbusters is something that a lot of us grew up with.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see
I remember
the original
watching it as a
cast
kid.
back together for one last time.
That's right.
While they were still alive.
True.
And then maybe introduce a new younger cast, work them in, win
Exactly.
us over, and then pass it on for a new generation.
There it is.
But the path to Ghostbusters 3 had so many detours and got kicked.
And so it didn't happen, right? That's the reason why. Huge flop. Exactly. And so you have this happen, and now it's just like the problem with Harry Potter is that you have a lot of people that are like, okay, well, they're big fans of it. This is the miscast of Snape. Listen to this. The miscast of Snape in Harry Potter is a good example of race swapping changing an entire story. If Snape is black, despite books saying he's white, then Harry is now suspicious that the only black teacher at Hogwarts is stealing. Oh no! And his dad bullied a black kid by hanging him. This seems like a major story change to introduce the idea of racism, and it strays from the source material. It's weird, man. It's so fucking weird. So, yes, the dark, yes. Do you want to learn about defense of the dark arts, Harry Potter? I mean, and this is it. Oh, Professor Snape might be stealing things. Oh, my dad played a trick on him where he hung Professor Snape from a tree. It's just like, bro, the KKK couldn't have written something more racist than that. The Half-Blood, oh my God. It just gets worse. Oh my God. Guys, this is insane. And so anyway, I'll teach you about potions. No, I'm not reading that one. Yes, God damn, it's all in the fine print. It's just so fucking embarrassing. And so when people see this in a story, and the reason why is that if you actually knew about the source material, you would have never made this casting decision. Even if you wanted to cast this guy, you could cast him as 10 different roles, right? Why is he Professor Snape specifically? A character that, if you made them black, it would seem like people were racist against them. Why would you do that? It's because you don't care about the source material. You don't give a shit about it. So now I'll look at the comments about it, and we'll look at it. And the thing is that anybody saying that it's racism or anything else, you can be right about it being... Guys, they don't have guns over there, okay? They don't have guns. This is unrealistic. This is not realistic at all. Like, that's not what they do. Okay? Like, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, this is Hogwarts isn't in America, okay? So anyway, let's go back and look at the other ones here. New exclusive look. What is this?
Yo ass is in these anti-racism classes, my ass will attempt to penetrate yo ass's mind.
Thank God you said mine.
Should my ass find any memories that reveals yo ass to be a racist, we'll be sending yo ass to Azkaban prison, you feel me? Now, any questions yo ass want to ask?
I do have one, actually. How is it that you can evidently pronounce arse correctly, but you're incapable of pronouncing arse, which is basically the same word, but with a curse sound?
Oh, no!
Another word that ends in cuz, motherfucker, Protego yo ass.
It's time to set up my 4chan account.
Okay, I think that's a good place to stop. And so anyway, wow. And Harry Potter, oh, is this Harry Potter? You know what? Actually, I think the remake isn't that bad. Yeah, Harry Potter, the new one might be pretty good, actually. And Persia, it's fucking brilliant. Yeah, wow, guys. And send me the Hogwarts, exactly. And anyway, reminder, Harry Potter series will cause harm. A reminder, so this is the funniest thing about this. So you have basically, this is the worst situation for a bigoted racist person to be in. The Harry Potter show, it creates one of the largest and the biggest paradoxes that you could possibly have. You're truly between a rock and a hard place, because you can boycott the Harry Potter show because there's black people in it, or you can support it because it supports J.K. Rowling, and J.K. Rowling wants to take away trans rights. So, which group do you hate more? Black people or trans people? Every single bigoted person on the internet has to make this decision now. They either have to love it in order to hate trans people, or they have to hate it in order to hate black people. You can't do both. I don't know what we can do. To be or not to be. Exactly. What's your decision? I've been stuck on this for 2 days now. I still don't know. This is bad. I'm going to go with the first one. Is that right? Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm probably never going to watch this shit. But, like, realistically, that's what's going to happen. I'll probably watch highlights of it and, like, the kind of, like, the lowlights. Probably not the highlights. The lowlights of the show. Of, like, all the stupid things in it. And then after that, I'm probably going to, you know, move past it whenever people don't care. Schrodinger's racism, yes. And so, and I can still hate women and like a show with women. Okay, so, I get it. You don't know that we're joking. Okay, I get it. No, it's okay, man. It's fine. You're gonna get there. And so anyway, because wait, this guy's like trying to explain it to me. I'm like, wait, this is, you know, we're joking around, right? Like, I mean, this is we're fucking around with this, like, obviously. So anyway, it's self-detected. I guess so. So why not both? Just pirate it? I guess so. And anyway, so these are the characters, 2001. Now, so it happened 25 years apart from each other. Now, like, this is a thing for me, like, as a, you know, like, I'm like the same age as them, right? Like, I think they were, like, you know, between, like, 10 and, like, 13 or something like that. And, like, I was, you know, 11 in 2001, right? Or 10 or 11. And so I had that happen, and I love these movies, and, I grew up with the movies, and it was amazing. So, yeah, I mean, I was just like, what the fuck happened to the lighting? I don't know. I mean, it's just they made it way darker. I mean, maybe in Britain, they can't afford as many light bulbs as we can, and they have like this thing where basically they don't want to show a lot of light in Britain because that would make people buy light bulbs, and then light bulbs will create global warming. So we don't want to have that happen. So anyway, let's go back. I'll look at these here. Draco Malfoy. That's Malfoy? What the fuck? And is Malfoy a looks maxer? Are they going to do that? And what Twitter doesn't even realize, Harry Potter show is a combination of big factors. I just feel like, again, I don't really see people that are that, like Harry Potter and Harry and Snape and the interactions in a book, Harry and Snape interactions in the HBO show. I'm not gonna. I know what he says. I know what he says. We don't need to see it. And play it? No, we're not going to play that one. That's a big one. So anyway, hard pass on watching the Harry Potter show on HBO. J.K. Rowling can get bent. So you have a situation where you have, and I saw somebody that wrote this. So this is another Twitter individual, right? So I made a reply. So this person said, if you watch and support this, you are funding trans genocide globally, by the way. So if you watch Harry Potter, you're funding trans genocide. Right. And so anyway, do you guys notice something here? I made a comment on this, but there are no comments to be seen. Do you want to know one of the reasons why? It's because I replied to this, and I think that they hid my comment. So not being able to use the woman's restroom isn't genocide. Not only do you delegitimize real genocides that have happened, but you also train people to ignore trans issues by making ridiculous comparisons. So this person very clearly blocked me. I think they've now blocked me. Look at this here. The author has blocked you, so you can't perform this action. So I made this reply, and they had to block me because of this. And it's pretty sad, but, that's the reason why, is because they have to. Yeah, Mudblood? Ooh, I don't like the sound of that anymore. That's like saying paying for groceries is supporting child slave labor? Yeah, exactly, right. It's ridiculous. They hate facts. What do you expect? I guess so. But anyway, it's like the amount of people that are like going crazy about this. I think that this Harry Potter show has definitely hit the worst of both worlds, is that it's alienated people that are like kind of anti-woke because you're doing race swaps on the main characters. And it's also alienated people who are woke because you're doing, you're having J.K. Rowling do it, and she's involved, and, she hates trans people and wants to kill every single trans person, according to, retards on the internet, which is not even true. She just doesn't want them using the women's bathroom, right? It's like, imagine thinking that you can't, like, not being able to use the women's bathroom is genocide. I'm being genocided at this very moment because I can't use the women's bathroom. So it might ironically succeed. I don't really think so. I think that a show like this won't be successful. I could be wrong, but, I could see it. I think this Harry Potter show is going to go somewhat like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, right? Is that it's going to, at the beginning, it's going to have a lot of people that watch it. Everybody's going to want to watch it and see what's going on. And you're going to have like a small subset of people that are like really big Harry Potter fans that are going to stick along with it. But overall, I think that you'll probably have, because this is what I'm assuming. I am assuming that the show is going to be garbage because they put no effort. Like when I see a race swap in the game, in a story, I assume that they don't care about the source material. And if they don't care about the source material, the most dedicated fans will not appreciate it either. Because now it's like, this is not respectful to the source material, period. So, because if you cared about the source material, you would want to cast in a way that would be, direct to the source material. So, I thought it would flop until I saw the trailer just now. The character's trash, the setting trash, significantly more book-like than the movies were. Well, I don't significantly more book-like. Oh, the setting? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, again, being more like the books doesn't make it good necessarily, but it would get some of the people that are, you know, like big fans of the books to watch it, but I don't know. They don't. They revealed they'll be adding new things to the show, which means stuff from the book will go. Yeah, I mean, I just think that that's where things are going to go. And, you know, everybody's saying this is, you know, this is a genocide against trans people, and then people boycotting it, the same as they did with Hogwarts Legacy. And now you're not going to have the other opposite side of people that are fighting, you know, for it. Like, because with Hogwarts Legacy, for example, and here's another thing with Hogwarts Legacy, is that the game on a fundamental level was a good game. It was a very, very good game. It was the best Harry Potter game, I think, that's ever been made. So, you know, people wanted to play it for that reason. I think that almost everybody liked it. But at the same time, it was fun. Yes, it was fun. And now you have, you know, this, and it's like, it doesn't really have that same group of people that are going to bat for it in the same way. So, it's good as fuck, but so woke. I mean, yeah, it was kind of woke, but like, which is what I thought was ironic, right? Is like, you have these people, and like, they're not even going to buy the content to begin with. But who knows? Did you see they're going to shut down Sora? I did. The reason why they're shutting down Sora is because Sam Altman is Jewish and he wants to help Israel by removing Iran's ability to show that they're destroying Israel with Sora because they're AI generating videos. That's the reason why they're getting rid of Sora. This is like a three-dimensional, four-dimensional chess play by Sam Altman to make sure that Israel wins the war against Iran. So you guys didn't know this. It's the Jews again? Oh, I mean, yeah, of course it is, right? Everything is them. And did you see the layoffs at Fortnite? I did. That was like 2 days ago. I was live whenever that happened. They used Gemini. Well, you know what I've started doing? I've started using Gemini to test if I'm able to get, I've started using it to see how good it is. So, map of all the bears in Crimson Desert. Defense or damage reduction for Abyskier. Best place to farm bear gallbladder. And so I've been using it like this just to see if it would work. Yeah, I have been. And I'm like, well, maybe it will. Gemini is wrong so many times. It was wrong, like, I'd say 50% of the time, right? It was. And you see the Xbox showcase? No, I didn't even hear about that. I had no idea about it at all. Why can't the creators come up with some interesting lore to put history, like scholars and architects, of the materials that Hogwarts studies and teaches the students to make them black? Why do they need to change white people specifically? Well, because they want to remove white people from stories. The people that get involved in these in like the screencasting and the typecasting, they want to do it explicitly to remove white representation and to reframe white representation into being a bad thing and to characters that are white looking like they're bad people. That's the reason why. That's why every single time that they race swap a character, it's never one of the bad characters. It's always one of the good characters. Have you guys noticed that? So this is the reason, like, once you start to understand this, then it makes perfect sense. The people that are doing that are racist, and they want to use media to perpetuate anti-right racism. That's the reason why. And it's really just that simple. It's not any more complex. It's not any harder to understand. It is very, very one-dimensional. Yeah, they want to erase the bad by erasing their own race? I guess so. Did you find a cat village in Crimson Desert? I have not. And remember when Gemini made the founding father black? Yes, exactly. And you're using the dumb model thinking. The best Gemini is the pro model. Really, I didn't know that. I'll have to look and try that out instead. You're wrong about the race swap only goes one way. They made the black kid that murdered people white in a British documentary. Well, that's the funny thing, is that the one instance where you have representation of minorities that's being inverted and now it's being represented by white people is whenever you're talking about knife crimes or sexual harassment on a on a train station. Like, all you have to do is look at the statistics, and you'll see that overwhelmingly this is done way disproportionately by migrants. But for some reason, nobody wants to show that. That's the reason why. Pro's actually really good. Maybe I'll have to try it myself. So anyway, that's the way I feel about it. And funding a trans genocide. Wow. Wow. Crazy work. How about that? They want to villainize and demonize white people, whether it's replacing white guys with minorities or making white people villains. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And another thing is that whenever you have one of the race swap characters, you can almost, because with Severus Snape, I think that the most interesting and the best thing about him, this is the last thing I want to say about this because I've been talking about it for a while, but with Severus Snape, it didn't really hit me until like the sixth movie that he was actually a good guy. Like, maybe I wasn't really paying attention that much, but, like, it took a long time. So, like, from the beginning, like, I always thought, like, Snape was actually a bad guy. He was an asshole. He was a piece of shit dickhead, right? And, yeah, like, this guy's just mean, right? For no reason. And that's by design. But will they do that with a character that has been recast as black? Will they do that? I think it's very unlikely that will happen. I do, because, again, that's the way that they cast and they do these characters now. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, but that's what my expectation is for what's going to happen.